TSM be about me adia to Java Hana young con fast. Ye about me hazi.
Togo, Omo duty, the form chain Ghana duty. And yes, sir, 80 million, 80 society, Nipa Begree, Omo the container Echo Togo. No more could to Omo duty, no more smuggling, Sani Manaba Ghana. Now you're duty. 80 million policy for Eba. Ghana duty cannot be higher than Togo duty. Your duty no ain't change Togo duty ni. Ebeye the same and answer ebeye lower. Yele sanwa obiya anko smuggling enko Togo esamba hadiyo. Togo omo duty the form change Ghana duty. And yes sir, 80 million, 80 society, Nipa Begree, omo the container enko Togo. No more kutuya omo duty ni. No more smuggling. Sani Manaba Ghana. Now you're duty. 80 million policy for Eba. Ghana duty cannot be higher than Togo duty. Your duty no ain't change Togo duty. Ebeye the same and answer ebeye lower. Yele sanwa obiya anko smuggling enko Togo esamba hadiyo.
Ghana Togo duty ewo formo che Ghana duty etiana enkofobi ohwa no omode omunioma no akofa Togo port na omo smuggle e de awia Ghana e de ewura Ghana sorry na amayen Ghana for no ye lose revenue te me ba mema Ghana duty no eni Togo de no ayepe anase empo aye cheaper than Togo ofri hin na oba Ofihe na ode dia na eba form. Oye man penny, do it now. Akwa we ho, okase Ghana fo agimi o. Na me ba adis wa badada. O ho na wo kase. Adi asemuni, na me ba enso ugina wa wo kwa nyina, oye president. What are you talking about? Meba, ena meba, 1 2, ena meba, wabadada. Ye kasa, uye mampeni. Ukase empunu ane epunu. Ukase enshia ebeshe. Inti, yete Ghana ha. Nanu ya na uko machine, meka say, hostel, sa ode ma ka yufuo. Nanu ya na ose $12.5 million, yen chema nurses. Uye mampeni. Ukase empunu ane epunu. Ye. Te porto no so na Ghana for sampa oye osi ade yo ye ntwen e man 4 years and son as ade no waye ebinsi Mr. Man ye ntena Ghana ha enyimi e man 4 years and son na waye ebinsi obetimi so se obeye ampa ye ne ya na Ghana for hu se me ba ofri he na eba onye mampani Ghana to me ekufuado enhye wonsa ekufuado onfa Ghana economy na nhye wonsa e-levy enye wo na ode ba betting levy, emission tax, cover tax, enya one na ode bae. Uwo tumi to butu no, enya one na ochemu. To butu na enu say ye je driver sika edebua Ghana economy. Enya one na ochemu. Eya ni TFI. Jese aban we di oma jimiama. To buta ye je drivers tolls. Emane bua Ghana economy. Enkofu twemu di ye TFI. Enkofu twemu edi ye tiefini na Bawumia na yes ade no ene Bawumia gina ho esa dada Ghana fo se me ba Ghana port no metiso ama eni Togo de nyina ye pe anase empo nebu obeyefo achen Togo oye mampani yansa no akọ. You have about 7 more months to go and 6 more months to go. Do it now. Okase ye ye more damo onye nsesi a osi ampa oje Ghana fo ho abrochefu a mokraka se ba Ghana ne Ghana fo amoye import and export nyina se Bawumia se oje mo ho a port no onte so ansa na ne mraso ofre he na eba because bibia ni ho a oto aso se wentimi anye ni ne ya there is no guarantee bibia ni ho a ebe kire Ghana fo se Bawumia ba obeye na bibia pu ni ho a oba wabadada Ujina wa okasa ina so e mampani. Onye president. Ujina wa okasa na KKKKKKKI. Onye president. Onye mampani. Onye president. Onye mampani. Yesu ye nyansa. Mampani kire wo se. Ai ene na meye mampani no de menye na emom. Se mo sama me 4 more years na meye. Wei ye ka kire jimifo. Ye ka kire mo asebi mo adwen nya adwuma ye nka nche nyansafo.
We were thinking about the future. And so we have something we call a sinking fund. A sinking fund is like the sink in your bathroom. And so it has a hole. So when you open the water, the sink does not get full because the sinking hole is draining the water. So we set up what we call a sinking fund. And what we did was every year we put some of our revenue in the sinking fund, so that when debts are coming, we take money out of the sinking fund and settle those debts. So it just works the same way as a sink, so that the water won't overflow and flood your bathroom. If that hole is open, anytime a debt is coming, you get some water to pay the debt. This government came, we had left money in the sinking fund because we knew that the debt that Kufuor's government took, the first Eurobond, $750 million, we knew it was going to become due in October 2017. And so we put money in the sinking fund and said, whichever government will be there in 2017 should be able to get money to pay the debt so that it will not affect the economy. I knew that we could lose the election. I was hopeful that we would win, but we lost. And when we lost, and that debt became due, Oforiatta went to the sinking fund, took that money, and paid the Kufuor debt. That was forward thinking. I too could have used the money because it was an election year. I could have used the money to try and win the election. But we were thinking forward. We went and took Eurobond. And we said, no, we're going to set up the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. And so we need to give them seed money so that we can use that as our sovereign wealth fund. And we can use that and go and borrow money to come and do infrastructure in Ghana. And so we put $270 million aside in the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. And that is the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund. Part of the money from the Ghana Infrastructure Investment Fund was used to build Terminal 3 at Kotoka Airport. I too could have said, 270 million is an election year, I want to win, I will spend the 270 million, share it to people so that I'll win the election. We established a stabilization fund. I put money in the stabilization fund. And the stabilization fund is meant for emergency. If there is any emergency, government can go into the stabilization fund and take money and resolve the emergency. You remember when COVID happened? Government of Ghana didn't have one single cedi to start responding to COVID. It was Parliament that told them, oh, go and look in the stabilization fund. John Mahama left money in the stabilization fund. Go and take that money and use it for our COVID response. So Parliament approved it, and they went and took the money from the stabilization fund and started to respond to COVID. Even that money, they didn't use it properly. They gave sole source contracts to friends and relatives. They gave Momo to their party executives and everybody. And so there's a difference between a visionary government, that is a government that is looking forward into the future, and a government that is thinking only about their stomachs today.